Now, the other option is going to be that you can finance the system, right? Essentially, a lot of solar companies are going to have certified banks that they work with, and these banks are typically going to fund solar projects or home improvement projects that you can go ahead and utilize in order to pay for your system. If you can, right, if you can go to maybe your local credit union, if there's some extra equity that you have in your home, depending on what your situation is, because every home is different, you might be able to actually get even better rate than using the solar banks, right? Especially trying out your local credit union, they might be able to give you it for a much lower interest rate. We all know how high interest rates can be. If you have some extra equity into your home, maybe you can utilize that. And then with the loans that you use specifically for the solar banks, you're going to have a variety of options. Some of them allow you to pay off the system in 5 years. Some of them go as long as 25 years. And in some rare cases, I've even seen some of them go 30 years. Now, most of the solar financing don't have any prepayment penalty. So if you happen to decide that, hey, you want to free yourself sooner, you want to go ahead and disconnect from the utility company, right? Metaphorically, some places don't allow it all the way. But if you want to go ahead and just be able to save on interest, you can go ahead and pay off your system sooner rather than later. But this is an option that makes solar extremely affordable. On top of that, you can claim the 30% tax credit that you can then utilize to put back into your loan, allowing you to keep your monthly installments at a manageable rate. As we mentioned before with the cash option, you want to make sure that you speak to a certified tax advisor, and so that way they can confirm if you are going to qualify for the 30%, because remember team, not everybody does, but it is a great entry. It's a great way that you can go ahead and start to make your home much more energy efficient, much more prepared for the cost of electricity rising up, and then much better protected against inflation. Now, some of the pros that you have with this: little to no money up front. Most of the people that do finance their system, they don't have to put any money down. Obviously, any money that you do decide to put down, that's going to be helpful towards your total cost of the system and your monthly installment. You get another pro is that you get to own your system yourself, right? You're the one that decided to be the owner of the system. You either financed it through the solar banks or your own bank, right, or your own credit union. You still can be eligible for the tax credit because you're the one that decided to own the system. And then usually, not all the time, right? That's why it's very important to make sure that you do your due diligence, and that's why you're more than welcome to come and check out our video, so that way you can get in more depth information. But basically, more often than not, your monthly solar loan is going to be less expensive than your utility bill, especially if you're able to get more power than what you're currently consuming, right?